What's up guys, it's Derek here. Today we are VOD reviewing a game from Milk, rank 2 North America on a really cool comp. This is this Void reroll comp that maybe you guys have seen pop up a little bit. People say it originated in China. It's a really strong comp, and Milk has been playing it a lot this morning just to test it out and see how strong it actually is, if it's something that maybe he can force when he plays in regionals later this month. Also wanted to give a shout out real quick to the Mobalytics overlay. They are the sponsor for this video, so thank you for sponsoring this video, Mobalytics. Really cool overlay. You can look at different comps in the overlay and pull them up and have them in game. They also give you augments, stats, and tiers, so you know which augments to pick and which comp they exist in, which is really cool. And then they have some cheat sheets as well, which are really helpful. Show you what items build into what completed items and also what units they're good on, so if you're a new player, it can be really helpful. I am going to have a link in the description down below to this comp that Milk is playing this game, a guide that I wrote for it on Mobalytics, so please go check that out if you want to support the sponsor, or, you know, like, if you're just a cool person, you should go check it. Honestly, even if you don't want to support the sponsor, you should check it out because it'll allow you to see my guide for the comp. And also, if you want to play this comp, you can take that comp from the guide and then pull it into your own Mobalytics overlay, so that it can make it easier for you to actually like get to the comp when you're playing it. So definitely check it out. Really cool sponsor. Thanks for supporting the video. We got first augment here. Component Buffet, actually, if you look at the stats, is one of the best 2-1 augments in the game. It might be the best 2-1 augment in the game, which is quite surprising to me, but I think it's just because BIS is so strong in this set. It just feels like having the perfect items is really important. It's offered some okay items here. I expect maybe a chain vest. Yeah, he's gonna go for chain here. I know when Milk's been playing this comp, he's really wanted to prioritize Sunfire Ionic Spark on his Cho'Gath. Just 2 tank items that are also going to, you know, give him the shred and the healing reduction that he needs, that the comp kind of lacks. You know, you're not getting this unless you get to Baron, which then, like, Baron has shred. I'm gonna skip through this part because Milk is like looking at some like appetizers or entrees or something. He's like going out to eat after he plays this game or something. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I looked at that part earlier in the game, and, you know, like, if you want to go back and see what food he's gonna eat, then I guess go check the VOD. There's a link down below. He ends up actually selling the Cassidon here, which I think is an interesting play. He just wants to prioritize making 20 here. This is something that I talk about a lot, is like really good players, they prioritize making 20 quite highly. This is another, okay, I will play this clip because this is some TikTok someone sent him. This is the eggs that he made for TFT Summit, which were absolutely liquid. I'm surprised nobody got sick after eating these, but I mean, you know, I guess that's good. I'm happy no one got sick, but yeah. What is he fighting here, by the way? Oh my god, Grapho here. Taric 2 and a Swain 2, but no backline, which is kind of hilarious. This fight's actually like almost playable because they just have their backline is Amelia 1 or Amelia 2 and an Oriana 1. That's like kind of hilarious. Just goes for the pre-level here to get to level 5. So it's interesting. Earlier I was watching Bill play this comp, and he was going the sort of like one cost reroll variant where you would just go for Cho'Gath 3, you know, like as if you're playing Cho'Baitum essentially. This game he's playing it more like tempo, push to level 6 and then roll, I imagine, so it'll be cool to see how he plays it. I'm sure his understanding of how to play this comp has sort of developed over the day that he's been playing, because he's been playing it a lot. He wants to guarantee make 30 here. This makes sense. I imagine we'll see a rod here. Not only is it good for the Ionic Spark, it's also just a really great item. Like, you would want to see a lot of rods, and because you're taking it off an anvil, it means you're not going to natural one later, though now that I say this, or it means you're higher chance to natural one later, but now that I say this, he is component anvils for every single random component, so regardless, he doesn't actually have to care about naturaling any items, which is probably one of the other nice things about this augment, why it is so high in the stats. Really wants to take the dub here to make 40. Not much to be said other than that. I mean, you could like play the Ori over the Mals, give yourself a better chance of winning, but I think he does want to get Mals 3. Kind of interesting, actually. Like, oh, he's gonna play the Cassiopeia here, actually. Okay, so Shurima. You know what? Yeah, I mean, that's certainly actually stronger than the Ori. Wow. I mean, it's close, actually, but it probably is stronger because you have this TG on the Renekton. Really good call by Milk here, and he's just gonna, I assume, make 40. Yeah, make 40. Not worry about playing for the Malzahar 3 this game. He's really just gonna play where I imagine the Vel'Koz 3, the Rek'Sai 3, and then maybe the Cassidon 3? I don't know. We'll see if he goes for Cassidon 3. I think that unit does something. I mean, it increases the stats on Rift Herald, which is pretty cool. So that's something that it does. But outside of that, not too much. All right, He's going to get all of these tomes, of course, because of his augment. If you're looking at this and like, what's going on here? Why does he have all of these item anvils? Yeah, because the augment. I assume you go for... No, he goes for sword here. Wow. And just snaps off a tier here, potentially. I guess that's blue buff, and then maybe like a... Oh no, he's going to go Shojin. Okay, Shojin plus tier. And then what? Archangels? I mean, Archangels is a solid augment, or a solid item. I haven't actually looked at the stats for this comp for like BIS items. I mean, I'm gonna be... You'll see them in the guide that I'm gonna post after I do a full review of the stats. But if you look at something like Vel'Koz 3, I'd be quite surprised if Shojin was better than blue buff. Augment-wise here, I mean, army building is just a pretty bad augment in general, so you probably don't take that. Bulk sounds not great as well. You do have the yeah, he's actually gonna go for the Tiny Titans. I don't dislike this here. I actually like this even more the more I think about it. And he hits the Shen, which actually fits beautifully into this comp. So Tiny Titans, it gives you HP. The problem is that it deprioritizes your carousel pick prio, but you don't actually care that much about your carousel items because you can get tailored items from everything else. Like, you get to pick your items. So I don't actually dislike this. Or just pulling up the delta over here. Yeah, it definitely says blue buff a lot better than Shojin. I'm surprised by this Shojin make, unless this is going on like Kaisa. He's planning to itemize Kaisa and not play around Vel'Koz 3, but I guess we'll see. I'm definitely... And where's Archangels as well? Archangels is actually medium up high there. It's not like this. Like, it says blue buff Gunblade is Gigabyss, which is what I would think you would go for here if you want to look for Vel'Koz items, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he has a secret strat in mind. I mean, the main reason I could see building these items is if you wanted to itemize Kaisa, because I do think these items will be a good bit better on Kaisa. So maybe he's going like fast 7, and then just itemize Kaisa, eventually find like Vel'Koz 3. Could be what he's doing here. And he does see the Kaisa on Carousel, but he's never going to be able to get that, right? Surely that's getting taken. He wants a belt here, ideally. I mean, you could even... Like, this Fiora unit is pretty hated. He could maybe even... Okay, the sad part is, though, that... Oh my god. Oh, wow. That was close. I would probably go Cloak here. He goes Sword. Cloak for, like, Adaptive Helm, potentially, on, like, one of your mana units. He's gonna go Sword for, I guess, to finish off, like, GS or something like that. GS or Gunblade. Both pretty solid. Yeah, I could see it. I don't know. I'm a lover of this Adapticone item, but I think Sword. I mean, it definitely allows you to, like, finish off your items. I just don't know how. I mean... I can see it. GS, Gunblade. I mean, especially like Gunblade with this Archangels actually sounds really, really nice. So, makes sense. We're going to end up losing to this Cassio board, which is actually like kind of nice. 2 loss here. Ideally, we get like a really good loss here, and then we're like giga healthy. We're also naturing a lot of the units. 2 Rek'Sais already, a Vel'Koz. We're almost at 6 Void. Just need to find that Kaisa, and then boom, we're already at 6 Void. So, really, really nice. And normally your +1 in this comp is Talia. You're going to play for Talia with the Vel'Koz just for multicaster. Some people have been playing Sona as well. So either one of them, really. I think they're kind of interchangeable. I'll have to delve into the stats once again to see what actually the best one is. And that'll still be in my guide, my Mobalytics guide, down below, if you want to check it out. Okay, I'm done. Goes to 7 here. Rolls once just because it's practically free. He's actually going to roll a little bit more. He does know that he can sell these units, so he still gets to make 50. He's gonna, I would think, you know, read his econ as much as possible while, you know, still putting the right units in. 2 tomes here. He does get the... Ooh, oh my god. Wow, that is a hit on 7 for sure. That is a Belveth on 7, which is even higher roll because he has the ability to put the TG on it, which is insane. Yeah, he goes Nashers, here's his item, and then finishes the Sunfire here. Whoa, he TGs the Rex over Belveth. I'm shocked about that. I feel like I would always just teach you the Belveth, but I mean, it's a Rek'Sai 2. Rek'Sai 2 is very strong, but yeah, he actually found a Belveth before he found Vel'Koz 2, before he found Cho 2. That's pretty... I mean, this should stabilize him very, very well. All right, Binary looks pretty bad here. Yeah, I don't have a lot of these. Is it actually time? Wait, he's 99 HP. His board's actually pretty far ahead. Like, Egg doesn't even look that bad here. You have to take Egg and then roll for... oh my god, he actually takes it. You have to take Egg, I was going to say, and then roll for Vel'Koz 2. But then he just naturals Vel'Koz 2 anyway. So he's hit all of his upgrades. Holy. Well, now we're going to see how well this comp stabilizes without a prismatic augment here. Looks like against this Azir 1 board with pretty good Azir items, it's going to be a dub. Wow, really good. I mean, this is actually like... It's a very interesting game, getting to see what, you know, is going to come out of the egg. Like, it's going to be a fun game for sure, but it's also really nice to, like, understand the comp by looking at this game, because we can see, like, how stable this comp actually is on this level in this position. Okay, he picks up the Kaisa, which is going to come in. Who do you even replace? Do you even play Kaisa on this board, by the way, in this spot? Like, you can cut, the Kassadin, but do you even want to cut Kassadin? I guess if you hit, like, Kaisa 2, you just play it over the Belveth, which sounds crazy, but it's not like he has the Void +1, so, yeah, kind of wild. What is it? What is he standing on here, by the way? Oh, Tome? Oh my god. If he could get a Tome here, he's tailored 8 exactly. He has Empress in. Tome would be so... Oh my god. And he gets Tome. He can just pop it immediately and hopefully it's Void. What? The bench is not full. Okay, I guess... Oh. Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay. Item-wise here. Elveth item. Edge of Night. Edge of Night. Just very solid item. And then... He's gonna wait around to crack the... I think he put the Kaisa in and then took the Kaisa out. I think he was thinking about potentially putting Kaisa in. Like, you could put Kaisa in over the Kassadin and have Challenger as an option over... I was gonna say Protector. Bastion. Bastion is what it's called. Oh my god, he hits it. Okay, so he rolls once. Well, not rolls, but he pops the tome and then hits it. I mean, this is the Void game, right? This is everything that you could ever want in a Void game. So he should surely have an amazing placement this game. Sadly, he's losing these fights with Egg, and he's gonna fight another pretty strong board here with 2 Sork spats and a Sork +1. So they must easily be 8 Sork on 7. I would think they definitely are, and yeah, it's a stomp there. Sork, another comp that I'm really interested in. I think there's some really, like, solid lines with it. Like, I think it is a strong comp. You just have to get to the correct items for it. So yeah, he's gonna keep rolling on 7. This is something that I think was always a struggle for me when I would play this comp, is you have to push 8 to get 8 Void in, but if you push 8, that makes it really hard to find stuff like Vel'Koz 3. So what do you actually, like, do in a spot like this? His solution is, I'm just gonna keep rolling on 7, and we're gonna find this stuff that's gonna stabilize us enough to push 8, which I don't hate as a game plan. And just another sword item for Belveth. Oh, GS, really? Wow. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's... Like, I'm pretty sure it's objectively a mistake to make that before looking at the rest of your items. It was GS Gunblade. Ideally, you would have gone, like, BT Titans, I would think. But, I mean, GS is a very good item. I just, like... Yeah, you should always check what all your components are before you do this, but he's also probably, like, a little bit dizzy because there's a lot going on here. But yeah, he's 4 stacks on the Egg off of hitting. He is actually just going to level here. Okay, so interesting that he rolled a bit on 7 and then leveled here after hitting, like, Talia 2. But yeah, okay. I mean, this is definitely what I would think of more. Like, you definitely... I think, like, the power of 8 Baron just spikes you a good bit. Maybe he gets a little bit afraid in this spot that he's, like, not strong enough, so he thinks, like, okay, I need to use Baron to spike or else I'm gonna die. But yeah, this actually... I mean, this is what happens when you play Egg and what happens when you play Void. Both of them, I think, fall off decently stage 5, especially if you don't have your 3 stars. Like, this Void comp stabilizes decently stage 5 when you have all these units 3-starred, but he doesn't have any of them at all. He's hoping to potentially get bailed out here, hit 1 Belveth, and then he can Nico it. But he hasn't seen one yet. He might have to end up even using the Nico on the Vel'Koz 3, which, I mean, wouldn't be bad to hit Vel'Koz 3, but he needs to hit something soon, or he's actually just gonna die in this spot. This game has gotten very, very scary very fast. This is another close fight, but another loss, and every loss hurts really hard for Milk because every win gives him another stack off of that Egg. Anyways, here, what does he even have? He can go for, like, TG Kaisa. He can go for last Cho'Gath item. He can go for the Edge of Night Cho'Gath 2. He actually does go for the Edge of Night Cho'Gath 2 to get Cho 2 at 5-4. And then what is he? He's gonna Edge of Night his Kaisa. Ugh. I mean, I guess so, but it does give him Cho 2. It's not bad. Yeah, you could actually... Someone in his chat suggested GA Cho. I mean, it's probably just GA Kaisa, but you could actually Edge of Night the Cho'Gath to protect your Ionic Spark and your Sunfire. But it means their, like, units are gonna proc the GA and then, like, turn back onto the Baron. But yeah, I mean, this is not actually the comp that I expected Milk to play this game, the 8 Void variation. I thought it was gonna be more 6 Void. I skipped ahead a little bit. He's now down to 23 HP. The whole lobby's pinging his Egg. He has to roll at this point, right? He needs to just find 2 Vel'Kozes or a Belveth. And oh my god, he's really gonna sack one more. Giga Chad. I feel like I mean, wait, he's guaranteed to cash. He never won a single fight, but he's guaranteed to cash. I didn't even realize. Huh. I mean, that's actually, like, Tiny Titan's Egg, such a crazy combo. I thought for some reason he had to win, like, or he needed one more fight, but he's actually just one fight off here. So he's going to take a big loss here, drop down to 7, and then he is going to get his egg cash out at 5-6 on an 8-loss streak. Good thing at least he had a pretty decent early game, and really good thing he took that Tiny Titans. All right, we get a Fawn, a Sniper's Focus, a Midnight Reaper, and a blue buff. Wow. A lot of interesting stuff in there. He still doesn't get, like, another duplicator. I assume you'd want the Midnight Reaper on someone like Belveth. You'd prefer the... I mean, and the Sniper's Focus on Belveth, right? You just roll here. Ideally, you find one Belveth and you find your stuff 3-starred, and then maybe you're okay. Heimerdinger's a good addition. Okay, that's Belveth 2 if we want it. We also need to, yeah, pick up this. Keep rolling here. Oh, he's actually gonna... Oh, he's gonna pop off. And he's actually not gonna put the Snipers on Belveth. Oh, he's just gonna put it on Kaisa. Oh. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. And I guess you have to blue buff Tilia. Sniper's Focus Kaisa, actually, like, really, really solid. So, probably even better than on Belveth. I'm curious on the stats, but, like, you know, it's the RFC effect on Belveth versus the fact that Kaisa's, like, always going to be hitting units really, really far away. So, well played there by Milk, actually. I think perfect itemization at the end of the day. And now, the second that he hits the Spell Clause, he is going to be insanely strong. Gets the Scion in. It's just a good addition. I'm not really sure. The other option would be, like, a random Fiora for Challenger for Kaisa, because this is a pretty big Kaisa. 3 item, one of which being an Oran one. You could potentially also look at the, like, Fiora in. It's just, like, Fiora as a unit is kind of bad, so that's the only downside. Okay, I'm sorry, my phone buzzed. You probably heard that, like, you felt it inside of your soul. 2 of Vel'Koz is off, though, and he's just rolling it to 0. What did he just sell there? He sold Scion to get back in the Vel'Koz too. I mean, this is good for now, and he's gonna lock. Why is he locking? For the Belveth 3? I mean, he's too broke, right? He's 7 HP. Okay. Interesting game plan. I mean, he's still winning, but yeah, like you can just sell the Belveth, right? Like, it's not like you... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Static Shiv. He already has Ionic. The other option would be, like, Shurima's Pat, because we are playing this unit, but... Talia, but we don't actually have, like, anything. I mean, I guess he just wants to... Oh. He just wants to play, like, Belveth 2 after he finds... Yeah. But he also has the opportunity of playing Kaisa too, which looks really, really good here. Okay, so that's the idea. He wanted to lock there so that he could play a Belveth 2. I still think that's pretty optimistic. But yeah, the idea is once he makes Vel'Koz 3, he's just going to move items over to Belveth. Or not move items over, but he's going to play Belveth in that open slot that he gets with the Fawn. Gonna win this fight. Down to top 2, just him and one more person. Still actually hasn't hit Vel'Koz 3. There's Vel'Koz 3 finally. He is already playing the double Kaisa, so that's just what his +1 is going to be. When you play a Kaisa, she is a 2-star unit, so she does actually make the Herald a bit bigger. And he even moves the blue buff over to Kaisa, which actually seems a bit counterproductive because, like, she's going to cast immediately and not proc Static Shiv. But, I mean, at least it gets a decent cast off. I probably would have preferred it on Talia, I think, but it's kind of close. He is going to win this fight, and it is going to be a first from Milk. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a very, very interesting Void game. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch and all my other links down below, and please check out the link, like I said, to the MOBA Lytics overlay that is down below. Thank you, thank you.